When watching uh, Antigone and Ferguson, I wanted to focus on the design of the theater. In ancient Greek times, the theater was in the shape of an amphitheater. This was modernized into a different shape to better suit the theme, crowd size, and location the play was performed in. The modernized design of the theater created a more intimate feel of the performance, with the crowd more together instead of spaced out, so more people could be in the theater. The modernized design of the theater is covered, and the performance is given inside instead of an outdoor performance in an amphitheater. I believe this change was made to give more performances the entire year, um, to be able to perform and avoid the problems that would arise with inclement weather within an amphitheater. At the beginning of the performance, Antigone is upset that she is not allowed to bury the body of her deceased brother because of the new King Creon's decree. This is upsetting for her because regardless of what her brother had done, he was still her family and she wanted her brother's body to be respected. I believe this is similar to how Michael Brown's body was left in the middle of the street for 4 hours and the police would not let the body be moved. This was also upsetting for Michael Brown's family and the Ferguson community. This blatant disrespect of Michael Brown's body embodied the racism felt by the Black community and sparked protests and unrest. Another example of how Ferguson as a community is represented is the composition of the choir and musicians. The chorus is comprised of educators, faith leaders, activists, and police officers. We are informed towards the end of the production by Lieutenant Allen of the St. Louis Police and a member of the chorus that the song I'm Covered is dedicated to the St. Louis Police. When first watching the performance, I didn't fully grasp the meaning behind the connection between Antigone and Ferguson in the case of Michael Brown's murder. It was difficult to connect the relationship between the performance and the reality of the case. After reading a few articles and watching the documentary, I was able to gain a clearer understanding of how the performance and case connected with one another. The chorus is like how it normally is in a Greek play, but it also is like a gospel choir, which incorporates the Black community in its delivery. While the actors talk about the Greek gods, the chorus speaks to the singular Christian God throughout the performance. It helped me to understand the connection between the original play and the Ferguson adaptation. In regards to power, I believe that I think that Antigone and Ferguson tells us that power can be easily manipulated by those who intend to do harm to others. Power can be an addictive driving force, regardless of a person's original disposition. And when power is corrupt, eventually the community will uprise against it. Sometimes it takes an act that is so obviously unjust for people to stand up and make a change in their communities. When looking at the chorus, I believe the chorus serves music to set the tone. They provide dialogue to inform the audience how the community feels about the current state of affairs. For example, when Creon is first making the announcement about his rule, there were few claps to accompany his message. The chorus is an extension of showing how the people felt about the situation they were in and to give reactions to the information that was being presented in the performance. So 2 questions I would like my peers to consider. What other tragedies that have occurred in the US could this play also be used to highlight? And with how similar the original play is to modern day, do you believe that history is bound to repeat itself?